upcoming conference, right? The Markets and Markets US conference is coming up.
Mhm.
And you do have a panel. So, can you tell us a little bit about the panel? What are you going to be discussing?
Absolutely. So the structure of it is going to be a little bit about why talk about human versus machine, human versus machine understanding and analysis within competitive intelligence and market intelligence. Really, why is it so important today as opposed to at any time in the past, right? And there's a number of kind of areas that we could dive into in that, but obviously we're in a situation of data overloading, data quantity that frankly humans can't handle. So it's very important and imperative for organizations and people alike to be able to rely on technologies and AI and cognitive computing solutions, text analytics solutions to basically help sort through that and ensure the quality of that data is not being lost in translation. Right. From there, we're going to look at how we're addressing this. What are the solutions that are in place, whether through a solution like Markets and Markets or other solutions that are out there, right? And then we can look at that intelligence cycle. What are the challenges and what opportunities are created, and what are some of the issues that we face when we look at gathering, qualifying, and disseminating that information within teams or to the greater public, whoever it is that we're trying to communicate that to as an audience. So those are some of the topics that we'll be tackling when it comes to market intelligence and competitive intelligence and our right to play within that.
Wonderful. Now, you do interact with several of the top Fortune 500 companies, and I really have to ask you, what exactly keeps your clients up at night?
Hey,
What's in their minds?
That's a great question, especially framed within kind of the competitive intelligence and market intelligence landscape, right? With a lot of the Fortune 500s, you would imagine that there's such dominant players within the industries that they do play within that they might not need, or they might have a good handle on all the information that they need access to, right? But it really comes down to having a single source of truth that they can really rely on and understand. If something like a COVID-19 comes up or a major industry event that really challenges a lot of the information that they may have gathered previously, how do you make sure that this is up to date and it basically stays as relevant and accurate as possible? Right. So I would say that having that single source of truth and making sure that they have a place to collate and disseminate that data is definitely one of those challenge points. But there are a couple more that they do share pretty consistently. I can dive into this a little bit more, but just to make it as brief as possible, understanding the cascaded ecosystem that they all play within. To kind of address this, we live in a world where 20% of a company's revenues in the next 5 to 10 years will become 80% of their revenues. We're no longer in a period of time where companies can rely on 80% of their revenues to carry them forward for decades to come. As a part of that, they need to address new technologies, new partnerships, and new markets to enter into in order to stay ahead of the curve and stay more profitable. With that comes major challenges in understanding who those clients are that they're servicing and who their clients are, right? That they can be helping them grow within. So if you can help your clients help their clients grow, we know that that will generate a great impact for you as an organization. So really understanding the cascaded ecosystem of not only what's affecting your clients, but what's affecting your clients' clients, and making sure that all stays up to date can be a massive challenge. If you think about the number of companies and industries that includes, it's this monumental task, right? So they need a solution that would rely on a technology solution that can draw those connections and make it easier to evaluate those interconnections between the industries and the players that they're evaluating. Now, beyond that, I did kind of hint at this before, but as challenges like COVID-19 or a lack of semiconductors, right, present challenges, and as companies try to stay as profitable as possible, they might look at entering new technologies or new markets. And as you do that, it can be very challenging to, again, have all of the market research at your fingertips available for all of the companies that play within, let's say, like cloud computing, if you were traditionally into semiconductors and electronics.
So do you think